Okay.
Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm Jeff from the group um, over 45, singles, couples, Sydney Eastern Suburbs. I'm here today to obviously broadcast this video to the group and as well to place on YouTube. And alongside myself is our group's love doctor, Ingrid Galloway. So the reason I've asked her is because Ingrid is not just the love doctor, but can advise people in the group about the topic for today. I have no friends. What do I do? Now, this is a very valid topic because over the past few weeks, a lot of people have been approaching me and have come up to me and said, Jeff, I have no friends. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. Ingrid, I'm certain you've come across this as well. And before we go into this topic, Ingrid, I'll get you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about you. About yourself. Now, folks, just to let you know a couple of things. First of all, please wait until the end of the video. And sorry, I just had some tuna and it's came up on me. So please wait till the end of the video, and we will have some tips during the video and towards the end of the video. But in the meantime, Ingrid, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? And just to let you know, folks, I will leave Ingrid's links to her website and to her Facebook page in the About Us section of this video. Thanks.
Wonderful. So thank you so much, Jeff, for bringing me here. So I work as a relationship coach for 13 years now, and I am a spa therapist for 23 years. So I label myself Chief Relaxation Officer simply because I literally touch people and make people relax. And
Oh, wow.
I believe that is my superpower, making people relax in a short amount of time.
Yes.
And I am really passionate about this topic. I'm
Yes.
lonely. I don't have any friends. How can I approach other people to make friends, especially during the later years in life?
Yes.
Because I have been in your position as well of relationship ending. Yours is because of death of your wife. I was
Yes.
because of my divorce, later in life. And how do I start over again? Sometimes
Yes.
I just need to, push myself to be a little bit braver and take the risk to put myself out there again, because otherwise I would just being a hermit in my
Yes.
apartment back
Yes.
then,
Yes.
all alone. Yeah,
Yes.
so I would love to share the tips for this tribe.
Yes, thank you, Ingrid. Ingrid, I guess in all the years that you have been a couples coach, you've had people ask this question to you many a different time. Has that occurred?
Sometimes, yes. More
Yes.
sort of like in the serious relationship issues, but yeah, friendship. Yeah,
Yes.
it's the beginning of something.
Yes. Yeah. No. That's very valid. Yes, it is true. In my scenario, it did happen. And now what's happening is now that the group, the group, and I'll leave the link to people as well. The group has grown to 600 people, and now I am having people, more than one or two people, come to me at the get-togethers. You experienced the last get-together, so we had 80 people. And since then, I've had a number of people come up to me, and so much so that I was invited to the pub to meet up with them. They wanted to ask me something. They didn't want to ask me over the phone, and so I met them at the pub. And two men came up to me at the pub at the same time to meet me for a drink, and they said, "I'm lonely. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. Jeff, what do I do? Now, I have had some experience with this. One of the few advantages, or a few of the advantages that I've had is one, I do deal with digital marketing, which was why I created the group. And that's brought some very interesting topics or tips to which I'll go in a moment. And aside from the tips, I can tell these people my experience. Ingrid, why don't we start off with your tips and we can discuss that a little bit further?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have 3 tips. I love the number 3 because it doesn't overwhelm the brain.
Yes.
3 tips about making new friends beyond the age of 45. So number 1 is list writing. Physically write a list, 20 benefits at least of making new friends. And then you write 5 drawbacks of not making new friends. So 20 benefits and 5 drawbacks. The reason being why is because I would like you to create a new neural pathway in your brain, because naturally, especially if you are an introvert, you would like to stay within your comfort zone and not go out and make new friends. Hence, you will not make new friends if you don't go out, right?
Yes.
So you may get out of your comfort zone, get out there physically or online to make new friends. The problem is, as we get older, we become more set in our ways, and this
Yes.
limits our world. Yeah.
Yes.
Say
Yes.
Eastern suburb people don't want to go to the city or to the inner west or somewhere,
Yes.
that
Yes.
actually limits our world. So
Yes.
that's number 1. Tip number 1 is list writing to change your brainwave. Number 2 will be aware of your energy. I recommend adopt a new mantra. I speak and think positively. As
Yes.
no one would love to have a new miserable and energy draining friend. It's like, oh yay, I met a new friend. Guess what? He or she is miserable and energy draining. It's like, woohoo. No,
Mm.
nobody wants that.
Yes.
So it doesn't mean that you cannot share your pain, but you don't have to be very vulnerable on date number 1. Right?
Yes. Yes.
It's like dating to look for a potential partner, but this is looking for a friend.
Yes.
Same thing, you don't want
Yes.
to bog someone down with all of your life pain. It's really draining. And then
Yes.
number 3, ask quality questions. So, for example, what is your number 1 passion and why?
Yes.
You see,
Yes.
open-ended question, and it
Yes.
will trigger a conversation. Secondly, for example, how are you creating a positive ripple effect in your
Yes.
life?
Yes.
And if your new friend needs comforting, as everybody
Yes.
has pain, perhaps you can say, be gentle with yourself. You are doing the best you can. Therefore, people will perceive you as an energy lifting friend and a good
Yes.
listener. So those
Yes.
are my 3 tips.
I Ingrid, I think that that last tip is very important, because having the right friends in your life is one, it's obviously fantastic. 2, they become your support network. And another fantastic thing is, because I think this relates to a saying that I posted. So there are friends, there are family, and there are friends who become family. So it's so important. Tip number 3 of what you said is, make certain that this is the friend that will listen to you regardless of what happens, that will be there in case you're not feeling well, that will just be there, whether it's by text, a Facebook message, a phone call, and most importantly, in person, sitting down with them to have a cup of coffee.
Yes.
So you've gone on some very interesting topics, and I'd like to go on about what I experienced with these people and other people from the group. So in summary, I've had several people come up to me and say, I'm lonely, I don't have any friends, I've just come out of a divorce, or I've moved from elsewhere, I've moved from somewhere else in the world or somewhere interstate. I don't know any people. What do I do? And this is very important. This is, I've got people coming up to me, and Ingrid's something that made making the whole group worthwhile a little while back was at the last get together. I had somebody come up to me and say, I used to spend every Saturday night at home watching Netflix. With your group, you've now given me an excuse to come out. And I thought that made the whole effort worth it. And I think it's important noting that is that, and this is what I wanted to go on. I actually made a list. I made a piece of paper here. You can't see it because it's not coming up with the background. But I wanted to run a few ideas and a few suggestions. So if you're this far into watching this YouTube video, then I know you're online, you're watching YouTube, you're probably on Facebook, and that is one of the most important things. So the first thing that I did when I started, and what I advised was, if you're on Facebook, just have a look around. Have a look around and have a look at some of the groups on Facebook. See if there's something there, a group that you might be interested in. And if you are interested, join that group. And then when you're in that group, just have a look at some of the posts and see if there's something there that you relate to. So there may be something, let's say you're interested in walking. So there might be some walking groups around. There might be some walking groups in your area. If there aren't, put up a post or put up a post in a group and say, I like to go for walks on the Sunday morning. If anybody would like to accompany me, go ahead. So that is a fantastic way to start. So I'm going on to the topic of the digital universe. So as I said, over 45, singles, couples, Sydney eastern suburbs is a classic example. That started in October with 0 people, just myself, and it's now just over 600 people. So if you are in this predicament, first of all, you have access to Facebook, you have access to other groups or other apps. There is another app called Meetup. So I would suggest have a look at Meetup, load up Meetup, and see if there's anything there, or join this group. So if you're in Sydney and you'd like to meet people, there are 600 new friends here to join. There's also the lovely Ingrid Galloway, who can help you along with a few ideas. So once again, there are some coaching tips that Ingrid can give you. I think the bottom line is don't panic. Things will develop. You may feel lonely now, but in a couple of months' time, if you follow some of the basic things online, like join a couple of groups, and you start acting in those groups, you start engaging with other people, you will be prompted to attend something or get together and meet somewhere. For example, in our group, we have get-togethers at the Duke of Gloucester. We have a wine tasting coming up, and we have a few other things. I can tell you on personal experience, there was a couple that joined the group. They had just moved from Melbourne. The wife knew nobody in Sydney, came to one of her events, and then instantly became friends with 3 or 4 other ladies. And now they go out on a regular basis, they go for coffee, they go for drinks, they go for high tea. And I now believe that they're all going away for a weekend together. So once again, as I said, the big tips are have a look online, have a look on Facebook. No matter what you think, Facebook is very useful for this, as well as the app Meetup. There is another app called Nextdoor. So have a look at that as well. And I believe if you just follow the basic tips, join a group, start engaging, post, respond to other people. This is the modern way of doing things. And this is how things start. This is how it started with the group. As I said, if you have questions, feel free to contact Ingrid. Ingrid can provide you with some coaching. And that's all I have to say. So Ingrid, was there anything else that you wanted to add about this particular subject? I have no friends. What do I do?
No, I suggest just hit replay, watch it again, especially my 3 tips, because yes, you need to put yourself out there, maybe physically or online, but also need to be equipped on what to ask, what to say, what's the energy like, to make it a positive experience and
Yes.
beneficial experience for all.
Okay,
So
fantastic.
yes, ask for support, definitely.
Fantastic. So Ingrid, thank you for your time. Just going on about your brand name, Kayangan. Did I pronounce it
Kayangan.
correctly?
Kayangan.
Kayangan. Okay. So folks, there will be more details to Kayangan below. Once again, I have the group. I'll have the link to the group. So if you have any questions, join the group. And we're looking forward to seeing you. So Ingrid, thank you for your time, and we'll have another topic next week or the week after. So once again,
Next time.
thanks a lot, Ingrid. I'll speak to you soon, and folks, see you all later. Bye.
Bye.